Hello, gang. Welcome to the Galley of the Hillbilly. It is Friday. I don't know what day it is. The 6th. Yes, Friday the 6th. I got a response from Aquila after I posted the last video about the bottom paint, also about the screws stripping in the wood, and they wanted me to clarify a few things. Now, let me just say, I don't work for nobody, right? I give you my opinions, whether they're good or bad, and no one's paying me to say anything. I don't have a deal with Aquila. I don't have a deal with MarineMax. I don't have a deal with anyone because I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to be paid to say something. That's not who I am. So that's why this channel is always going to be honest, because I don't need the money. How about that? So that's just kind of the way this channel is going to be. So you can guarantee and rest assured that I'm always going to tell you the truth. Having said that, if you go to hullshield.net and type in the promo code Hillbilly, you'll get 10% off. They asked me if I wanted a code, and I'm like, sure, whatever. So if they give me any money, trust me, I'm not going to take it, or I'm going to give it to somebody else, all right? And the other thing I'll say about Hull Shield is I just put it on. So in about 4, 5, 6 months, if it's not working, I'm going to tell you about it. And then I'll tell them to take my code off. Look, I'm sure it's going to work. I've researched it. I feel confident. So I'll let you know in a couple of months whether the darn thing is working. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. So anyway, I had said in the last video and showed you footage of the bottom paint of this Aquila 54 peeling off significantly. The boat is 8 months old, and already probably half the paint has scraped off on the bottom. So I'm gonna have to pull this sucker out shortly and paint the whole bottom and do the whole thing over again, even though it's a brand new boat. So Aquila wanted me to say this, or actually they just said clarify. So this is my way of clarifying, okay? They said, it sounds like you had a diver remove your anti-fouling by over-scrubbing. These ablative anti-fouling paints need the boat to move or gently wiping down. Also need to make sure the paint was reactivated when it came off the ship. Sitting on the ship 45 days is not great for anti-fouling. All right, well, he spoke over my head for a little bit. I don't know about reactivating your anti-fouling paint. I'm going to have to find out about that. And I understand about it being on the ship for 45 days in the air when it should be in the water. I get that too. But to say that it's all my diver's fault for over scrubbing, look, the guy had to take the barnacles and all the soot and all that kind of stuff off the bottom of the ship here in Savannah. So if the paint came off as a result of that, then to me that's just bad paint. Or there's only one coat, I don't know. So we're probably going to disagree on this one, but they wanted to say that, and that's okay. You know, but we're all friends here. I have great friends at Aquila, and they're wonderful people, and I have great friends at MarineMax. They're wonderful people. We all are still in love with each other, and I just thought it was important for me to express their opinion here. Now, about the wood screws. They said, this is not a wood issue at all, but an install issue with either over-drilling, too large a drill bit used, the hole, or over-tightening by installer at factory. Certainly a build issue. Want to make sure people know that it is not a bad wood issue. Okay, that one, I'll buy that one. I would. Now, I will still say, in the summer, when it's really blazing hot and humidity, the wood feels damp, and that could be as a result of the air conditioning going on in here too. So maybe, and I will say, I haven't had to do another screw in the last 2 or 3 months. 2 months. So maybe that business is over. Maybe that's true. So there you go. I think that's an important point for them to make. Okay, and finally, this is a very short video because I'm just answering those things and making another comment. I got a response. I can't even remember if it was on Instagram or YouTube about my freezer freezing up and just quitting and my strawberries exploding. And this is the best explanation I've heard yet. If the temperature outside is below the temperature of your freezer, if it's really cold outside and you don't have the heat on in the boat, which I didn't have it on for the last 2 months, and it gets that temperature inside, then the freezer shuts off. Because everything outside of the freezer is colder than it is, and it's like, why am I working? Well, that makes a lot of sense because then the strawberries don't freeze, they thaw, and then when it comes back on, they expand and blow up. It makes all the sense in the world, and I'm buying that one 100%. So thank you for your comments. I always try to answer each and every one of your comments. Sometimes I get to it, and sometimes I don't. I apologize if I don't, but I try. And so I really appreciate everybody making comments and suggestions and things like that. Thank you so much for watching. And again, you'll always get the God's honest truth here. I will always tell you the truth. Just remember, hullshield.net, passcode Hillbilly. So that's how a 25-year-old influencer feels, huh? Yeah, sounds like it. Ugh, I gotta go take a shower. Thanks, bye.